And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, our Thursday edition of the Paul Farrington Show. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Robert Ziggy Ziegler in beautiful Claremont, California, and Zach Bloomquist, the best executive producer in the game. Zach, some great producing right before the show started there.
Yeah, look, you got to do what you got to do.
Camera was a little off, and Zach, we were about to start, and Zach goes, wait a second, we need to fix that. So we fixed it, and hopefully it looks okay. Although apparently, I don't know, Zach's smirking, so I have no idea what that means for the production quality.
I think he's smirking because he didn't say that's okay. He said it's totally fine. Don't worry about it, guys. And you went over there and chewed him out. That's why he's smirking.
Well, you know what it might be? Are we using the wrong cameras in the wrong spots?
No, they're in the right spots.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Because you want to know why it looks different? It's because that Steelers helmet is not in frame like it usually is. Usually we get the whole helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
we just gonna have the helmet now.
Yeah, we're getting some live producing
Who
here.
knows?
Bring in
Who
Bill
knows
O'Reilly.
All right, we'll fix it later.
we have
He pretty much said this is horrible by saying it's fine.
Yeah. We have a very good
just-
show today.
Let's get up and running.
Very fun show. We're going to have, at the end, instead of a draft, I found a list. I'm not going to reveal what the list is yet because I know Ziggy has a computer over there. I don't want any cheating here. I don't want any cheating going on. We'll have a list of a top 10 category, and we'll see if Jack and Ziggy can put together that list without getting 3 strikes first. Should be pretty entertaining. I'm
3
looking forward
strikes,
to that.
you're out.
The top 10 quarterback coach combos in the NFL, it's actually a little tougher than you realize when you start to think about it, because how do you weigh it? Do you go with great coach and okay quarterback? Does that beat out good quarterback, good coach? Like, it's a tougher list than you realize. So we'll give our list there, and we'll start off with non-rookie quarterbacks that we're most excited to see. But before we do begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. We appreciate you spending some time with us. Zach's in his FDU Knights athletic shirt today, repping the Knights as always. So we're ready for a
Not
pretty good
bandwagon.
show. Not bandwagon. Day one. Maybe
Yeah,
day,
we are
day one.
We are day one FDU Knights.
Yeah. Oh, what a run that was.
What a run.
Jeez. All right, let's get into these non-quarterback rookies that we're excited to see. We'll each give one offensive and one defensive. Let's start offense, and I'll go first here. I know it's the Viking, but I am very excited to see Jordan Addison because unlike the other receivers in this draft, Addison is expected to become the number 2 or at least take over that role by the end of the season over KJ Osborne. Yeah, TJ Hawkinson is there, but there are high expectations for what Jordan Addison can become. With Jackson Smith and Jigba, you have Lockett and DK, Flowers has Odell and Bateman, Quentin Johnston, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams there. I see Jordan Addison. I thought he was the best receiver in this draft. He's the best route runner. And now you place him alongside Justin Jefferson, who should really be having double and triple teams all season long following 1,800 yards. He was just spectacular. I got in the rabbit hole of Viking highlights the other day. I forgot how great of a season Justin Jefferson had. Dude was just unbelievable.
One of the best ever.
Oh, it was so much fun to watch those highlights. But if Addison's able to live up to the expectations, Kirk Cousins should have a field day in 2023. So I want to see what Addison can do alongside JJ.
Yeah, I was a little 50-50 on the pick. I think Jordan Addison's a fantastic talent. I think he was the second best receiver in the class, and I'll get to my number 1 in a little bit when I give my rookie that I want to see. I think that Minnesota could have drafted somebody on their much weaker side of the ball on the defensive end. But again, if you have an explosive receiving core, I mean, there's no more Thielen. He stunk anyway at this point in his career. Who was the number 2? It was Osborne?
It was Osborne
Yeah.
by the end of the year.
So right, now take a little bit of pressure off Justin Jefferson. You have that number 2 now in Jordan Addison. I like
With
the pick.
Hawkinson. I like Hawkinson
I like
a
the
lot.
pick overall. I think Addison's very, very good.
That defense is so bad, though.
The defense is bad. You hope Brian Flores will turn it around. But if I'm Jordan Addison, I was thrilled when the Vikings drafted me. Why? Well, the way he profiles, he's never going to be that like Justin Jefferson, Julio Jones. Like he doesn't fit in any of the alpha wide receiver archetypes. But he profiles as an elite wide receiver too. Right? A guy, he's only 6 feet. He's only 174 pounds. He's not exactly huge, but he's fast. He's shifty. He runs routes incredibly well. This is a guy who can actually get open if you're only going to put one defensive back on, if you're going to put him in single coverage. So now He gets a chance to shine next to Justin Jefferson. I mean, boy, it's nice to not have to be the number one receiver in an offense like some of these rookies were drafted to be. I think he's going to enjoy having a little bit less pressure. And frankly, if defenses ever try and focus on him, he can just soak up the coverage and enjoy. So I think Minnesota, they're a forward-facing offense. They've got an excellent quarterback. There's a lot to be excited about in his fit here.
All right, Jack, who do you have? Non-quarterback.
So on offense, I like another receiver. I like Zay Flowers. This is a guy who I look at him. I've seen him a lot, and I see Tyreek Hill attributes. Size isn't great, but he plays bigger than his size. He can get the top speed in no time. Fantastic, crisp route runner. Athleticism. He could improve a bit with his hands, but I think he will. And I just think he's a great fit for Baltimore, a team that needed help in the receiver room. Now you got OBJ and a young hot rookie in Zay Flowers. I like the fit. I like the talent. I think it's a good situation, similar to Jordan Addison.
That could be a really explosive offense.
What makes me like him so much is what he did in the numbers he put up with Phil Jerkovich. A very
well, you know how I think about. You know what I think of Phil Jerkovich.
A very mediocre quarterback. He played with his whole career. Addison had Kenny Pickett and Caleb Williams, and who's the other?
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, he had CJ
Stroud. Yeah,
Zay Flowers put up similar numbers and did the same things with Phil Jerkovich. He's a very, very, very good receiver, and I'm excited to see him with Baltimore. A team he fits pretty well on, in my opinion.
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by Zay Flowers next year because he's coming out of Boston College. You know, you guys are pretty local. Paul and I are Notre Dame fans, so we've gotten to see what they can do. But folks around the country just haven't seen him play, right? They might think he's just a gadget guy.
Right.
He's not.
No, he's really good. I saw him last year in person, and he absolutely destroyed. I think it was Rutgers. It might have been the opening week of the season. And it was Rutgers, but he was far and away the best player on the field.
I mean, don't ask me why, but I've watched probably 15 Boston College games.
No, why? You don't put money on Boston College, do you?
I do.
Oh, my God.
For some reason, I
either
bet on them or against them.
It has to be against.
Maybe.
I mean, no. But who in their right mind is betting for Boston College football?
They actually did me pretty. They were actually decent a couple years ago. But I've seen a ton of BC football, and it was
That's a first on this show.
It was 2 years ago. I'm like, who is this guy? It was him and it was Hunter Long. He's on the Dolphins now, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy is unreal.
He won't be here next year.
He won't be in Boston College. I'm like, who is this guy?
This has turned into a Boston College hate show. All right, Ziggy, who you got?
A Boston College love show for this guy.
Who you got, Ziggy?
Well, you guys picked wide receivers. I'm picking a tight end. First tight end taken in the draft, the ones people are most excited about. It's got to be Dalton Kincaid. The Bills for a long time have been trying to get.
Yeah.
The Bills for a long time have been trying to figure out that second guy next to Stephon Diggs, right? They tried the Gabe Davis experiment. Didn't quite work. They tried the Cole Beasley experiment. That didn't quite work.
I mean,
they haven't been able.
Yeah, sure.
Look, I mean, they haven't been able to get the Isaiah McKenzie didn't work. So they've been trying to get a solid target. And there's a lot of reason to believe Dalton Kincaid could be that guy. He's huge. He's fast. He's got great hands. I'm excited to see what Josh Allen's going to be able to do. And I know historically rookie tight ends haven't produced a lot, but that's starting to change, right? You had Kyle Pitts put up over 1,000 yards just a couple of years ago. Teams are starting to be a lot more proactive using their tight ends in the receiving game. And Buffalo's as good a place for him as any.
I'm going to say something totally nuts.
Sure.
Outside, I'm a big college football guy, as you guys know. Mm-hmm. Outside of a quarterback, I'm going to say Dalton Kincaid is the best offensive college player I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, not in the draft ever.
You know, every time I watch this guy, it's like rising, drops back to pass. He's the only guy he's throwing to. He has 30 catches for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in one game every week. Oh, this guy's unreal. I bet on Utah. Where's Kincaid? There he is, wide open, 20s on the field.
No, there were games that he completely took over.
I'm like, this guy is better than Gronk. And then
let's take it easy a little bit.
And then I'd bet against Utah. I'm like, why'd I do that? Here's Kincaid, 300 yards.
The hero, savior.
So, I mean, you're on his side, you love him, you're against him, you hate him. He's fantastic. I think he's the best I've ever seen. So I'm excited to see him too.
I'm stunned that when you walked down here and we said, Jack, who are you thinking? You immediately said Zay Flowers.
I know. I know. I should have said Dalton Kincaid because I've watched him, and it's like,
My God. I might have to rent a room for you guys up in Buffalo.
I've never seen somebody at a high-end Division I level like that open by so many yards on every single play. His yards after catch was insane. He's the best I've ever seen.
I mean, you really like Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, can you bring a little sanity here?
Ask a Ute fan if they think Dalton Kincaid, they'll say he's the best tight end to ever play football.
It's crazy that this was Ziggy's guy.
I know. I don't know. He's my guy now, too. Zay Flowers is second. Rising would drop back, throw up some ridiculous pass, and here's Kincaid 40 yards down the field catching the ball.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Better than Michael Mayer.
Well, that's debatable.
I think he's better than Brock Bowers.
It'll be. I'm very excited to see like Ziggy's point exactly. That Buffalo offense feels like it's missing another weapon outside Diggs.
Josh Allen to Kincaid.
Gabriel Davis.
My gosh.
Again, he was okay last year, but the expectations were a lot higher. Really, when you look top to bottom there, I was never a huge fan. Who's their tight end? I always mix him up
Dalton
with Dalton
Knox.
Schultz. Yeah, Dalton Knox. I always thought he was okay. But yeah, now if you could get a really talented, as Jack said, receiving tight end in there.
He's like a receiver too. I mean, I remember we were watching a game. It was me, my dad, and our buddy Mike, Jenks Mike.
Yeah.
And we bet against Utah. And we were punching holes in the wall. It was insanity.
Never bet against Kincaid.
There's one guy, guard him. What we put
in week one.
They put 3 guys on him.
In MetLife Stadium. Just saying.
They put 3 guys on him. He'd catch the ball.
Bills
fantastic.
All right, defensive guys.
Love the pick, Ziggy. I forgot about him.
I'm gonna go with Devon Witherspoon with the Seattle Seahawks. I love Seattle trying to recreate this Legion of Boom here with Tariq Woolen, who last year, if Sauce Gardner isn't locking down the entire league, Tariq Woolen would have had a lot more coverage. He came out as a 5th-round pick and is now a top 20 corner in football, top 15. I mean, he just had an unbelievable season. Combine them with Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs, I believe now, in that secondary, and Seattle should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what that can turn into if Witherspoon lives up to the hype of being the 5th overall pick.
You brought up a point on Tariq Woolen, and Seattle. Geno Smith deserves a lot of credit, for sure. I was big on Geno. But they were overachievers. They did what many think they were not going to do, even sniff.
Oh, all of them overachieved, yeah.
And Geno gets credit. But the defense, the secondary specifically, really stepped up and was awesome. Better than what everybody thought they were going to be.
Remember week 1 on this show when we were talking about Denver versus Seattle? They were most people's survivor pick was Denver last year. And by the end of the season, Seattle was, like week 1, you thought it might be a fluke, but Seattle was clearly the better team throughout the year. So, yeah. I think that was a really impressive job by everyone there. Everyone complains about Pete Carroll getting older, and maybe he's not as great of a head coach as he used to be, but still, that team overachieved significantly.
Yeah, and he very rarely, it was a joke that they just wouldn't take a cornerback in the first round. It would never happen. The fact that the Seahawks finally did not only shows how much they believe in him, but it gives Carroll a kind of prospect talent that he's never really had an opportunity to work with. I'm not saying there have been talented cornerbacks that came through. Obviously, there were a lot, but none who was quite as exciting coming out of college as Witherspoon.
Yeah, great point. Jack, who you got defensively?
I like my guy JPJ, Joey Porter Jr.
Stunning.
And that's for 2 reasons. Because I do believe I don't think he was the best corner in the draft. I liked the kid out of Mississippi State, and then I liked Gonzalez. But I do think that Joey Porter Jr. was a 1st-round talent that we were able to get with our 2nd pick. I think it fits the team need very nicely. He's probably now the number 1 corner on the team. I like the whole narrative with Joey Porter and now his son. I think he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. I like the way he plays. I think we got him at a very solid.
He's needed too.
Yeah, I think we got him in a very solid position in the 2nd round. It fits the team need well. I think it was a good pick.
Shocker, you picked him. Shocker.
He's good.
Pat Peterson. A lot of Steelers fans are very excited. I like him a lot.
I think he's terrible.
I like him a lot, and he graded well last year, but he's getting older, clearly getting older.
I think JPJ will be the number one.
Isn't he like 37? How old is this guy? I feel
No,
like he's been in
he's
the
not
league.
37.
No, he's like
probably 33 or
32,
something.
yeah,
33, yeah.
I feel like he's so old.
But there were times last year, I was surprised he graded as highly as he did because just look at the Giants games. Isaiah Hodgins destroyed Patrick Peterson. Joey Porter Jr. is going to need to step up for Pittsburgh. Again, Peterson's a great guy to have in the locker room, great mentor. I'm not sure he's physically there like he used to be, so an important role too for Porter.
I think JPJ is the number one corner.
I mean, yeah, you look at this front seven, right? You got TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith. Like, there's a lot of talents up there. If they've got the alpha man-to-man corner, which is exactly what they're hoping JPJ could be, I mean, oh boy.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to throw against that defense.
Yeah, because you've seen time and time again in the last couple of years, the Steelers' front seven is the best in football. And if
maybe
it's up there.
It's up there.
It's
up there.
very, very good.
It's up there.
That's with TJ. No TJ, that thing.
Well, you need
that
TJ.
thing.
Well, yes,
that thing just blows apart.
The Chiefs are great with Mahomes too.
They were good with Chad Henne too.
Just stop.
Yeah, Chad Henne, 98-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are great with Joe Burrow.
Who you got, Ziggy?
That's one of the dumbest remarks I've ever heard in my life. Oh, you need TJ Watt.
Comment.
The Chiefs need Mahomes. The Bills need Allen.
Comment on the last show.
Whoa! Did I hit a nerve there?
Two shows ago.
Just stop talking.
Two shows ago.
We just saw the whole league without TJ Watt. You guys were inept.
Yeah, because TJ Watt's the best defender in football.
Cool. TJ Watt's going to be back next year. It's going to be exciting to see what they do.
I love when Zach
don't the Dolphins
comes in with these takes.
I mean, wouldn't you love Tyreek Hill healthy? Of course.
He's
one of the best in the league.
I think you struck a nerve right here.
I did.
It's just one of the dumbest remarks I've ever heard in my life. I mean, you need TJ Watt. He's the best defender in football. Of course.
This is why we got to keep Zach on
Two
the
shows
show,
ago, what was it? Minimal word, Zach? Minimal word?
But yeah, I mean, it's just putting it out
Paul,
there.
the Vikings needed Adrian Peterson bad when they would. Yeah, he was great.
All right, who you got, Ziggy? What defender are you looking at?
There are a lot of exciting players, so it kind of pains me to pick yet another cornerback.
Ziggy, before you get,
but I got to pick another cornerback in Christian Gonzalez.
Oh, Ziggy, would you mind moving to your right a little bit, according to our producer?
That's
Boy, I did even more.
The right.
Oh,
my right, not your right.
Good producing.
Said my right.
Producing.
Yeah.
How's that, Zach?
We good?
Yeah, good. We're good.
Christian Gonzalez. All right. Why are you excited?
Yeah. If I hate to pick another cornerback, but Christian Gonzalez. I mean, I couldn't believe that Belichick traded down and got him. But you look at what Belichick has done with press man corners in the past, right? Darrelle Revis, Ty Law, J.C. Jackson, Jonathan Jones, Malcolm Butler. Like, there is a certain type of player that he does really well with, right? Perimeter cornerbacks that can match up with guys one-on-one. They're long, they're sticky, they've got great body control, and Christian Gonzalez fits that to a T.
All right.
I see the face you're making, Paul, but look.
Long and sticky was not what I was expecting.
You're not a Gonzalez fan?
No, I like Gonzalez. When he long and sticky, I was like, all right, pause for a second here.
But he's long and sticky, and I love it.
But that was another guy that you said, Jack, you really liked, right?
I do like him a lot. Yeah. I think he was probably my number 2 corner in the draft behind Forbes from Mississippi State.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice fit. Great place for him to land with Belichick. And I mean, yeah, that defense is going to have to put in a lot of work this season. We're not expecting too much from the Patriots.
I like the length and the athleticism that he brings.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. Oh, sorry, would you like to close that out, Ziggy?
I was going to say, anytime you're a rookie, I think this is the exciting thing about all of these guys. Anytime you're a rookie and step in with the opportunity to produce, it's a big deal. So, some of these guys will do well, some of them won't. But I'm excited to see what all of them can do in an offense or a defense where they're going to actually get to be featured pretty early in their careers.
For a rookie class that was so hyped up last year, and then as we moved closer and closer to the draft, it seemed like people were kind of pouring water on the class as a whole. I think there are a lot of players that I'm very excited to see. And yeah, this was just 6 of many guys that we could have said. So we'll move on to the top 10 quarterback coach combos in the NFL. And would you like to kick it off, Ziggy?
Sure. So top 10 quarterback coaches, I figured you weigh the coach, you weigh the quarterback, but the most important thing is how they work together. So number 10, I've got Tua and McDaniels.
I gotta like
number 9, I've got Alan McDermott.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, we've got Dak McCarthy. Number 7, maybe a little bit of a surprise for folks, but they're both great a great coach and a great player. They did great last year. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. Wow. I really think going this year, that's going to be a big quarterback coach duo. Number 6, who else? Kirk Cousins, Kevin O'Connell. Number 5, again, coming off an off year, but they're going to get better. Stafford McVay. You've got a brilliant offensive mind and a great quarterback. Number 4, Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh. Number 3, Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. 2, Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor. And I think there's only one duo you can have, number 1. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. The best quarterback in football and arguably the best coach in football.
No,
and how they work together.
Someone else.
Oh, boy.
No Pickett Tomlin.
Pickett Tomlin might not be top 20.
Tomlin's never lost. He's never losing season. That automatically.
But what does Tomlin bring to the offense? I don't know. Not a whole lot, as we saw last year.
really high.
All right,
and
so
Pickett's
Ziggy,
weighed really low.
So you had
Stop talking.
just to recap it. You had Tua McDaniel, Allen McDermott, McCarthy, Dak at 8, 7 Carroll and Smith, 6 Kirk and O'Connell, 5 Stafford McVay, 4 Lamar, John Harbaugh, 3 Hurts Sirianni, 2 Burrow Taylor, 1 Mahomes Reid.
Yep.
I think there was one that I think you left off the list.
I'll comment on your guys's.
Comment on this. Okay, here we go. Number 10, Tua and Mike McDaniel, like you, Ziggy. First year together, Tua was awesome. Dolphins offense exploded with Tyreek Hill. I think it only gets better if Tua stays healthy. Number 9, Kirk Cousins and Kevin O'Connell. Only one season, so that's why they're not higher. We don't know everything about O'Connell yet, but Vikings were 7th in total yards, 8th in points per game. Kirk, 4,200 yards and top 9 in passing touchdowns, 3 straight seasons. They should only be better this season. 8, Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan. It's a little high on the list, but I see guys like O'Connell, and I say, all right, like him and Purdy both 1 year. Shanahan's that good. Shanahan gets them to the NFC Championship game with any quarterback, it seems like. And Purdy in that system, 8-0. So we'll see if he comes back healthy, but 8, Brock Purdy, Shanahan. 7, Stafford and McVay. Really going off with 2021 Stafford and McVay here. Almost 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns their first season together. We'll see. They could easily fall out of that list. 6, Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. I mean, last season they were unstoppable together. Sirianni probably could have won Coach of the Year. Both really good, but only one season of this great success. So and they also have such a dominant team around them. I need one more year before they can go higher. 5, I have Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. The Bills' last 10-win season and playoff appearance before Sean McDermott, 1999. They've been to the playoffs 5 of his 6 years, won 10 games or more in 4 straight seasons. Easily capable of moving up, but they got to win a big game. 3, the people I think you left off, Ziggy. I don't know how they're not on this list. Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson. A Super Bowl winning coach in Doug Peterson. Not many better people to help Trevor Lawrence ascend to stardom the way that people were expecting. 3, Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor. People want to rip on Taylor a lot, but him and Burrow have done really well together. 2 straight AFC championships, one of them a Super Bowl appearance. Easily top-tier Super Bowl contender again this year. 2, Lamar and John Harbaugh. Only 2 losing seasons in 15 years of coaching for Harbaugh. 1 Super Bowl champion, and we all know what Lamar's capable of.
That's a horrendous
when he's healthy.
That's horrendous.
They're great together. They're great. They're both great. Top 7 quarterback, top 5 coach.
He's like 0-9 in the playoffs.
All right, 1, obviously, Mahomes and Andy Reid. Enough said there. So that's what I have. How did you leave off Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson?
See, I thought you were a Lawrence guy, too.
I have to imagine you just forgot.
Aren't you a Lawrence guy?
No, I didn't just forget about them.
Really?
I mean, look, here's the thing. Lawrence Peterson put together a nice season. They got a playoff win. But honestly, I think Lawrence is great. I'm not sure what to think of Doug Peterson. I know that he put together an excellent Super Bowl in Philadelphia, but the stars sort of aligned for themselves.
I'm
the other way
throwing
around.
out crazy takes here, right? I'm the guy throwing out crazy takes. We got this guy, Super Bowl winning coach.
Ridiculous takes.
Wait, so you don't like Doug Peterson? What do you think he is? Do you think he's not top 10 coach in football?
I think Doug Peterson brings in an excellent floor of competence. I think that if you give him a good team with a good quarterback and a team that's functioning well, he will not Urban Meyer you. He will make sure that your team runs smoothly.
Trevor Lawrence is your 4th ranked quarterback.
I'm the other way around.
I think Trevor Lawrence is that good. I think he is. I do not think that Doug Peterson is that good.
You're willing to
when
put
you consider
Carroll and I'm sorry, Dak and McCarthy above. All right, fine. Look,
you had to back off the Pete Carroll one because I'm right. You forgot about
I
Carroll
think Pete
Smith.
Carroll and Smith is even more ridiculous, but
I like the Stafford McVay pick at 7.
I like that. Yeah,
Well, Stafford was hurt, but the year before that, he won the Super Bowl.
I think they'll fall off the list this year.
He likes to throw 50 times a game. McVay's an offensive guy, so
I have to put him in the top 10 right now. And Ziggy, let me know if you feel the same way. I have to put them in the top 10 because when the year they were together, the full season, they were just so good. But I really think that Stafford, I'm not expecting a great year from him.
By the way, Andy Reid sits back and does nothing. That's That's not a combo. That's Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is amazing,
that's a
but Andy Reid is sensational.
I guarantee, if Reid coached the Steelers, they're 8-9 last.
Wow, Reid on the Steelers would be
it's the same thing. What's the difference?
And most people think Andy.
The difference is that Andy Reid stepped in and helped Patrick Mahomes develop, and he creates an offense where, imagine this, right? You've got a great NFL offense, and you trade away Tyreek Hill. We saw the difference that Tyreek Hill made in Miami, right? This is a guy who on his own can run an offense.
The Chiefs were,
and they got better.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you
you can look before Mahomes. They won 3 straight divisions with Alex Smith.
Alex
I don't
Smith.
think it's a combo.
No, but Andy Reid's insane. With Alex Smith, they were winning.
Smith was good.
Smith was good, but he wasn't a top 10 quarterback.
The Chiefs were a good team.
Yeah, but not.
The division stunk.
Yeah, but were they
they didn't win anything?
Weren't they opening seasons 7-8-0? They were phenomenal with Reid.
They didn't win it. They didn't win anything. You put Mahomes
in the past 5 years. No one has outperformed. Andy Reid has 19 more wins than his NFL win total over under at the start of the season.
He's the best
no one's close. That's factored in.
Look, to win the Super Bowls, a lot of times you need a star quarterback, and that's what Mahomes was able to get them over the top. But Reid, for a team without a stud quarterback, they were just amazing.
You don't think Mahomes wins it with Mike Tomlin on the Steelers?
No, I think he would. I think Mahomes is that good, but I
don't think Reid comes over and wins it with Pickett.
Maybe, I don't know. I think Reid's a better coach than Tomlin.
Yeah, but not they'd be 8-9 like they were. It's no difference.
I don't know.
No one doubts that Patrick Mahomes is a major part of the Chiefs' success, but the offense is one of the most creative and innovative in the NFL, and it's consistently excellent.
I think it's 90% Mahomes, 10% the coach to be a combo.
But if you
Chad Henne, 98-yard touchdown.
But if you were rating head coach,
then
we'll move on after this. But if you're ranking head coaches, Andy Reid has to be in your top 5.
Because he has 3 Super Bowls or 2.
Yeah, but let's say you're starting a team from scratch.
But he had McNabb and Mahomes.
No, but let's say we go from scratch here.
I'm taking Mike Tomlin, who's never had a losing season ever.
I understand. I would take Reid, and I think most people would. But I can see if people take Tomlin or Belichick or Shanahan's up there. But Reid has to be in that top 5.
I think here's what I think of a combo would be better than Mahomes and Reid. Like Big Ben and Mike Tomlin. Or Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh.
No.
You're talking about combo?
Really good combos, but
all I'm saying is that there are very few coaches in the NFL that are creative enough to maximize Patrick Mahomes' strength in an offense and continuously come up with great stuff for them to run. Andy Reid's that guy.
But I think if you brought over most other coaches in the league, they'd win it with Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, because Mahomes and the Chiefs already have had their offense installed, and Mahomes already developed into a great quarterback.
Look, you take away Andy Reid, the Chiefs are still probably very good, but he's very important.
All right.
Here we go. You guys ready for this top 10 list? We'll see if you guys can guess the top 10 without.
What are the odds? What are the odds? Minus 160. We got this.
I'm feeling plus 110.
I have one hint that I'm going to give you at the very start because otherwise I just don't see it really happening. Okay. Can you guys name the top 10 selling NFL jerseys during 2022? 3 strikes allowed.
This is this past season?
The hint, 3 of them are Cowboys players.
Okay. Well, so one of them's got to be Brady, right? Well, this isn't a guess. I'm talking about one of them's got to be Brady, right?
You guys, I'm going to give them both to you. Brady and Parsons are both on the list.
Do we know where?
2. Micah Parsons is 2. Brady's 10.
Okay. Dak Prescott.
Dak. Yeah, Dak's easy.
Dak is 6.
Mahomes
is 3.
What about Zeke or Lamb? One of those two?
It's got to be one of those two. I want to wait on the Cowboys player a little bit because I feel like I want to know how many strikes we have.
Yeah, one more Cowboys player.
Good call.
Could it have been
who was a good rookie?
Jalen Hurts must have one,
Jalen
right, Jack?
Hurts. Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is 8. So right now you have Parsons at 2, Mahomes at 3, Dak at 6, Hurts at 8, Brady at 10.
Who would have been number 1?
What about Joe Burrow?
Bills fans are crazy. Josh Allen.
Joe Burrow is number 4. Josh Allen is number 1. You only have 5,
Ziggy. Look at this.
7, and 9 left.
And one's a Cowboy.
Okay.
So one's Lamb.
Jack, what Cowboy are you thinking? I feel like Zeke was bad last year and people already owned it. I'm feeling Lamb. What do you
I'm thinking it's CeeDee Lamb too.
CeeDee Lamb is 5. All right, 2 more.
I was thinking it was either him or Trayvon Diggs.
This is pretty impressive. 2 more to go.
Shoot.
Who's a good? Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson is 7. And
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
One more.
Which number is it, Paul? Which number are we missing?
It is number 9. You need 1 more. And for anyone listening,
and we have 3 strikes.
They had no idea what the question was. You have 3 strikes, 1 more to go.
Shoot,
it's got to be an offensive player.
Yeah, no one buys defensive jerseys.
People like that.
It feels like it must have been a quarterback probably too, right? Because who else could it be? Maybe
Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins.
That's not a bad because he was new to the Dolphins last year, right? I like the Tyreek Hill guess.
Tyreek Hill?
It is not Tyreek Hill.
Dang.
This is a tough one. This is probably the toughest one.
If this is a tough one, is it a Dolphins?
I bought a Tua jersey.
Yeah, Tua.
No, it wouldn't be Tua.
No, because Tua's hurt all the time.
It's not Tua.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Paul said it's tough, which means it's not it's not Jamar Chase.
Well, I mean, he's obviously a very recognizable player, but it's not like Burrow. You know what I mean? Like Burrow's a top 3 player in the league.
I'm thinking what quarterbacks took a big step forward last year because that's a jersey people buy when their quarterback starts doing well.
I mean, there's no way it is.
Could be like Russ.
It's not Brock Purdy.
No.
Russ going to
that was just too late in the season.
What about Russ?
What about Justin Fields?
Oh,
because he started actually playing last year.
What about Russ Broncos?
I'd be okay with Russ Broncos.
Russ.
That's not a bad guess. Russ sells.
It is not Russell
No,
Wilson.
really.
1 more guess.
Jack, I'm. What about Justin Fields? What do you think?
What about Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, Lawrence is a good one.
Yeah, that's what we got to go with, I think. Why they go Lawrence over Fields?
I don't know, man. Those Bears fans, because here's the thing, you got to think about how many fans there are, too. There are so many Bears fans.
I guess there's not a lot of Jaguars fans. People like Trevor
here's
Lawrence.
Here's what I'll say.
Wait, who was the number 1 pick last year?
It was that edge out of Georgia.
Here's
It's
what I'll
not
say.
it.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. It's Lawrence or Fields.
Jack, how many Jaguars fans are there?
That's a good point.
There's 5. How many Bears fans are there? There's 10.
Yeah. Yeah, there's double. There's double the amount of Bears.
I think it was actually just double. And Bears fans, I mean, it's as bad as Tuanon over there. I feel Justin Fields, but if you want to go Trevor Lawrence, I can live
here's
with
the thing: you go to a Bears game, you go to a Bears game, right? The crowd's good, all Bears fans. You go to a Jags game, it's like an away game for them. So let's go, Justin.
Yeah, but what about that London market?
Oh, that's true.
No.
Let's go, Justin.
No one lives in London. I feel Justin.
Let's go,
Fields.
Justin Fields.
The answer is Justin Fields.
Yes.
There you go. 10 Brady.
Boy, that last one was the hardest.
Oh, that was great. When you guys were between Fields and Lawrence, that was just awesome. Because Lawrence
Who was number 11? I want to know.
I don't know actually. I only saw the graphic as the top 10.
Oh, and I got to look this up real quick.
I was trying to think of other guys in that category. Ascending young quarterbacks. I thought was a great way to phrase it. Fields and Lawrence are the 2 guys that came to mind immediately, and it was just great that's who you guys came down to. Who else? Yeah, who else could really be in that area?
I was thinking Jamar Chase.
I thought Tyreek Hill was a great guess.
Yeah, Hill.
Yeah, Hill.
And I would have thought Tua.
I thought Hill was 1 or maybe not the whole season, but
I think the Hill is just divided between Waddle and Tua.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tua would have been a great guess as well.
Actually, Tua was probably a better guess than
He was
Hill
he was the number 1 jersey, I think, when he got drafted or something like that.
I bought a Tua jersey.
Yeah.
Kelsey maybe could be up there. I'm sure there's a lot of Kelsey fans.
Yeah, everybody who's buying a jersey in KC probably just buys Mahomes.
A Myles Garrett jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's buying.
It wouldn't be.
Myles
No one
Garrett
buys
jersey.
defense. No one buys your defense.
Oh,
really.
Lamar wasn't on there, was he?
No.
Oh yeah, that's got to be high.
Yeah, but I feel
I'm
like
just
he's been
assuming
there
a
long
lot of
enough.
people own Lamar jerseys.
Yeah, I figured he'd be there
Yeah.
long enough at that point, though.
I guess so, but like, you know,
No, I mean you go to a Ravens game, everyone's wearing a Lamar jersey.
Yeah.
You don't know the team.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you find out who 11 was, Ziggy?
I'm trying to take a look. Micah Parsons was up there, but he wasn't number 11.
No, he was 2. I mean, that's crazy. The Cowboys
Yeah.
fans are just lunatics.
Crazy he was
You know who really should have
I
been
mean,
on the
Cowboys-
list?
Actually, what about TJ Watt?
Mm,
To go back to him.
big, but not. I don't think he's top 10. Like,
No. We're not
I
going
just-
top 10, obviously. We're saying, like,
no,
People-
Watt's pretty good.
You go to Steelers games now, 90% of fans are in Big Ben jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of
I
some
just
other
have
guys.
to point out,
Rodgers?
so like
Mm.
yeah,
People own Rodgers
maybe.
already,
Yeah.
right? Who's buying a
You
Rodgers
would
now?
just-
I mean, yeah, who a Packers fan? Packers fans are furious.
This is I think the craziest thing about that list is in the top 6 there are only 4 teams. So 28 teams or 27 teams in the NFL sold their number 1 player couldn't surpass the 3rd most popular player on the Cowboys.
Yeah, there were.
Like Parsons, Lamb, and Prescott all being in the top 6 is unreal.
That's kind of nuts that
That is crazy.
That
The
Lamb-
being in the top 10.
like Lamb.
Because he wasn't even that good last year. I mean, he was good, right? But he wasn't.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like Jefferson was insane last year.
Like Lamb having more jerseys bought than like a TJ Watt or
Than
like
Jalen Hurts.
like a Jamar Chase. Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts and Brady. Brady was only 10. I think that having that, like, if I hadn't given you the Cowboys 3 players, I don't
No
think
way.
I don't
I
think there's
wouldn't
any
have
way to
guessed
guess
CD
Lamb.
Lamb.
No, like
'cause
Lamb's
I-
just an absurd.
There's
We
like
might have stumbled into Dak and
I think you could have got
Parsons.
Oh yeah, I bet you
But
could have got
I
that.
would-
not CD Lamb is the most surprising name on that list.
I would have guessed Dak or Parsons before you said Cowboys players. But
Yeah,
CD,
but
there's
CD
there's like 12 receivers that would have taken over CD.
And with that said, he's not. It's not like he's 9 or 10. He's 6. So that's wild.
You know who's not on the list?
What about Miles Austin?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. You know where he belongs? In the
Well,
trash.
yeah.
Well, you
Dude.
know why JJ's
All
so
right.
good? He's got Kirk Cousins.
I think at the end of like towards the end of the summer, maybe we predict what the top 10 selling jerseys will be in 2023.
That might be
then we
fun.
can revisit it. That could be a fun segment. All right, there you go. So there's the show.
I have to say, there's one. I know we don't talk too much about our competitors in the sports media world, but
Yeah.
on the Pat McAfee show, they had maybe the dumbest take I've ever heard today.
They did inspire
They said-
a lot of our.
They said that the only reason that Justin Jefferson was as good as he was is because Dalvin Cook was drawing a lot of defensive attention.
Who the hell said that? Who said that?
Pat McAfee.
Oh, there's no way, Pat. He's too smart to say. He's too smart to say
Like,
something
it's
like
the
that.
other way around. The only reason Dalvin Cook still has a job in the NFL is because Justin Jefferson was taking triples.
I don't believe that Pat McAfee meant that. Pat is way too smart to say that.
Yeah, there's no way.
As crazy as they
I'm
are on
just
that
saying.
show, he is a very smart guy.
On
No.
that show, they say things for attention. Here we speak only truth.
As Jack said,
Except
Dalton
Zach.
Kincaid is the greatest tight end
He's
ever.
the best offensive college player I've ever seen who's not a quarterback.
Well,
Who would
you have to
be
keep in
one?
mind, he's a young kid. It's not like he saw. He hasn't seen like Calvin Johnson in college.
This is my top 3. Ready? Jameis Winston, Tim Tebow, Dalton Kincaid.
Okay, putting him above Tim Tebow is outrageous.
Cam Newton, I think Cam Newton was just a freak.
Winston is the best college player I've ever seen. He was
But that was
he was
Dalton
unbelievable.
Kincaid.
No, non-quarterback is Kincaid.
Non-quarterback
I
is
see.
Kincaid.
Wow. No, Cam Newton in 2012.
Oh my
was
gosh!
just-
Imagine Winston to Kincaid in
Or 2010?
college.
2010, maybe? Winston.
That
Kincaid.
would have been.
All right, there you go.
dirty.
Top 10 selling jerseys from last year, top 10 quarterback coach combos, and the rookies, non-quarterback rookies that
I
we're
do
most
have
excited
huge
to see.
news for us.
Huge news.
Oh, it's,
Huge
it's
news.
breaking on air.
This is incredibly huge. Devontae Parker signed 3 years, $33 million.
Oh yeah, we already knew
Oh.
that. It's the Juju Smith-Schuster deal.
To
I think he's going to be a carbon copy.
Wait, who is Parker on? The Dolphins still?
no, he's on.
No, he's on the Patriots.
Oh, he's been.
The Patriots are getting ready to defend their title of mediocre team.
Parker.
Most
Hughes-
mediocre.
That's not bad, Parker. And
Maybe we could give that award out too. That's another thing we could do. Most mediocre.
We're going to have some preseason superlatives and we'll come back and be absolutely
I like a
embarrassed by how
preseason
bad they are.
superlative
Who
show.
would your most mediocre be right now in the NFL?
Most mediocre in the league?
It might be the Patriots.
I mean, the Patriots are right there. I think. Hold on,
What are we
let's-
classifying as mediocre? Like middle of the pack? Like
Just like a decent team who's not going to do anything. They don't suck.
yeah.
Don't suck.
My guess, the Saints.
The Steelers.
I thought I was thinking the Saints. The Steelers were there, but the Steelers were right there too. They could be good.
I think we're above mediocre though.
The
Saints.
The Saints were definitely a good one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that could be really good. Like the Chargers are better. You'd say better, but
Seattle.
Seattle's
They could
there. I
be.
think Seattle's. I'd probably say like the Patriots are. I mean, the Patriots might just be bad.
I think there's so little like mediocre teams. Like it's either you're really good or you're really bad right now.
I think the Giants are in that area.
Giants are mediocre. I'd go with Seattle. I think my most mediocre team. I think go with Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Giants could be up there too.
I think I'm gonna pick the Atlanta Falcons.
Giants. I think
Really?
the
That's
Giants are
mediocre, really?
probably
they're bottom of the wash.
Giants fit right around that like 15, 16.
Hey,
Yeah.
when we make this an official show, oh boy, we're gonna have some takes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So there you go. Thanks
We
for
are
listening.
looking for sponsors out there for anybody who wants to sponsor us.
Yeah, if someone's watching who has connections to sponsors or is a sponsor, feel free to help us out here. Okay, thanks for listening.
Maybe
Please
the Mets will
remember
sponsor
to
us.
like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, being sponsored by the Mets would be kind
That'd
of
be
cool.
amazing.
I'm fine to talk positively about the Mets, regardless of what's going on with the franchise.
Well, I mean, if they
I'll talk
sponsor us-
about any
Meet
team.
the Mets. Beat the Mets.
As long as they pay us, we don't care.
Sweep the Mets. All right, we'll see you next time. See you next Tuesday. Thanks for listening. See you.